to the south of Ghana. The line plunges into the Southern Ocean for more than 10,000 kilometers before concluding its arc at the South Pole. The only landmass the Prime Meridian touches in the Southern Hemisphere is Antarctica. And it was there, at the bottom of the world, that a minor phenomenon would eventually provide the first small insight into the event process. The United States had maintained a base at the geographic South Pole since 1956, though the original facility was abandoned in 1975 due to drifting snow. It was replaced in that year by a geodesic dome that was itself replaced in 2008, resulting from a crack in the dome caused by pressure on the foundation. Since 2008, the Amundsen, Scott South Pole Station has maintained a summer population of approximately 150 with a few dozen winter overs, usually totaling around 40. The geographic South Pole is the common termination of all lines of longitude, which meet at the point where the axis of the Earth's rotation intersects its surface. This is not at all the same as the South Magnetic Pole, which has slowly meandered over the continent in a roughly east to west direction and currently resides off the coast. There was a third South Pole as well, a cute candy cane striped post with a round silver ball on top that sat just a few yards in front of the station as a photo opportunity for visiting dignitaries who did not wish to make the trek out to the actual geographic pole some distance away. Relative to the station, the geographic pole shifts at approximately 10 meters per year as the ice cap slowly flows over it like a glacier. In fact, the location for the station had taken into account this drift so that it would eventually pass directly over the pole. At the time of the event, that latitudinal nexus had already moved through to stand some 400 meters from the ceremonial pole and was getting farther away every season. To commemorate that spot for those intrepid enough to make the trek, a sign was erected and then moved as needed for accuracy, leaving markers of its previous positions to illustrate the path of the ice cap. As it was a point of interest, several engineers had set up a year-round wireless webcam to broadcast the sign in sun and storm while documenting hardier polar tourists who made the effort to see it. Being exactly at the pole, Amundsen, Scott South Pole Station was graced with 6 months in which the sun never sets and 6 months of complete darkness while London was celebrating the summer solstice. Antarctica was enduring its winter solstice. Though no tourists are allowed during the winter, the webcam engineers had equipped the sign with a low-power LED just bright enough to make it readable, but dim enough not to overpower the spectacular aurora australis, commonly known as the Southern Lights. This provided a captivating view, and at any given time of day, several hundred internet viewers were tuned in to enjoy the show. Immediately after the event initiated in London, comments posted on the webcam's page claimed an unusual occurrence was visible on screen. One edge of the sign appeared to be gradually disappearing, so slowly in fact that the progression at the edge of the disruption was barely discernible. The communications officer on duty noticed the increased common traffic on the webcam page and examined the image for himself. He had no explanation for what he saw. There was no disruption of the image of the aurora, and the rest of the sign appeared as it should. But the one edge was continuously, almost imperceptibly vanishing. He quickly reported this discovery to the webcam crew who, after viewing the video, set about donning their winter gear for a trek to the pole to see for themselves. Later, their actions would come to provide one of the contributing factors to our survival.